Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at two Seiko divers, two premium Seiko divers, both referred to as the 62 Mas. The one on the left is one that I purchased first. I purchased this one without realizing I was really looking for that one, but let's get into the comparison here. This is the SBDC051, also known as the SPB149 J1. And the MSRP on this is about $1,000. The sticker said 100,000 yen. And this watch here is the SPB149. This is a limited edition of 1 out of 5,500 pieces. There are other watches in this family, but that aren't limited. There's a brown dial, there's a black dial, there's different color variations. Just this blue gray is a limited one. And the MSRP on this is $1,350. Comes with a bracelet and a strap. The other variations are $1,200. So these are both styled after the Seiko 62 Mas, which came out in 1965, and that was the original Seiko dive watch. The handset on this one is more true to the original. Now this handset here is more of a modern handset. Some refer to it as the Monster handset, as this it's prevalent on the Seiko Monster. Definitely not going to get the hour and minute hand mixed up on this one. I do like this handset better though. So the first main obvious difference is the size. This one here, lug to lug, is 50. Case diameter is 42.6. Thickness we're at 14. And the lug width is 20. So the lug width is the same on both of these. And crown size is 7 millimeter. Let's go over the specs on this one. This one, the lug to lug, is 47.5, which is more manageable for me. Case diameter is also smaller at 40.5. Thickness is just slightly thinner at 13.8. Same lug width at 20, which I think fits this case size much better. And the crown is also a little bit smaller at 6.4. It does also have an unsigned crown, but it's a better looking crown in my opinion. The case shapes are a little bit different as well, other than the obvious size difference. It does have brush, polish, brush, and then polish on the other side, underside. Drilled lugs. Let's see if I can hold these both side by side so we can see the differences. Maybe I'll hold them like this. This one here also does have the drilled lugs, but the case is a little more rounded. It is faceted, but it's a little more rounded. It's not quite as square as the one in my right hand, if that makes any sense. So this does have brush, polish, brush, and then polish. This is a little more visible than on the other one, and this midsection is thinner on this watch. The crown is obviously larger. So when I bought this watch, I really didn't realize the overall dimension, how big it was, until after I bought it. And actually I had purchased the Paddy version before I bought this one. And again, I didn't realize it was basically the same watch. This does have a domed sapphire crystal with AR coating on the underside. I really do like this watch. I would have kept it, if not for being too large for my wrist. I have sold this watch, and I'll be shipping it out soon. But I'm glad that I picked this one up because I like this watch much better. Bracelets are not the same other than the fact that they're both 3-link bracelets. I do like this bracelet. I have spent more time with this watch. I just opened this one up the other day. This has pin and collar, and I believe this has pin and collar as well. I have not sized this bracelet yet. They both have the dive extension, which makes sense because they are both dive watches. They have the safety deployment clasp, and then milled. This portion here is a milled clasp, and then this part of it is stamped on both of them. Oh yeah, the bezels. So I believe this is an IP coated stainless steel bezel. Other reviews have said that it's a lacquered bezel insert. I have not found a definitive answer on that. I do know that this here is a ceramic bezel, though. It is a brushed ceramic bezel, which is obviously an upgrade to me. Well, I think everyone would agree that it's an upgrade. I like that this is not super shiny like on a Rolex Submariner or some other watch like that. I like the gilded or the gold second hand, and then its color match there. Let me zoom in a bit. So the Divers 200 also matches the color of the second hand. Applied indices with the Lumibrite Loom. I've not actually seen this Loom yet, so I'm looking forward to comparing the Loom between these two. I really like this handset. I like how it has I'll call it a crease down the center of the handset. Nicely polished. I really like this blue-gray color as well. It's kind of unusual. I've not seen it on another watch before. So this does also have the domed sapphire crystal with AR coating on the underside. The date window is not framed on this. I think I would have liked it a little better if the date window was framed like it is on this one. It looks a little more finished to me. So let's take a closer look at this dial. This is a bit of a sunburst black dial. Can't really see the sunburst in the studio lighting. Also, you notice that the chapter ring on this one has the minute track, and this one does not. I actually like that look without the minute track. I like how the chapter ring matches the brushed steel of the case, kind of breaks it up a bit. So let me know in the comments section which of these two you prefer. Let's look at the bracelet on this one here. Solid end links, solid bracelet. Very similar clasp. Works very well. This is a little thick. Not that it matters, just something different than what I'm used to from Seiko. For example, on my SKX. So I'll show you both of these side by side for a size reference. Then we'll do some wrist shots and get into the Loom. So yes, the case is smaller on the 62 Moss than the SKX, but the lug to lug is the same. I think I like this watch more than my SKX, the look of it and the feel of it. Yeah, I know I'm comparing a $1,350 watch to I'll call it a $300 watch. I think I paid $190 for it 10 years ago. This has been upgraded with a sapphire crystal though, so I do have a little money into upgrade. The movements are, I guess, kind of the same but different. This has the 6R15 movement, and this one has a 6R35 movement. I believe this is just an upgraded version of the 6R movement. So let's get these on wrist. Again, I'm not sized a bracelet on this, so it'll be a little loose. This one does also come with a silicone strap, which I do happen to have here. It's definitely a premium feeling silicone strap. It has the ridges here. It feels maybe a little thicker too than the usual Seiko silicone strap, which I have one here on my turtle. Yeah, definitely feels different. Yeah, I'm so glad that I was able to pick up this watch. I can definitely see this staying in my collection for a long time. I think it fits great on my 6.5-inch wrist with the 52mm wristband. And lug to lug on this again is 47.5. If you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Click that subscribe button. Like the video. Leave a comment below. If you're feeling really generous, you can click the bell icon. I do like how this does have a little bit of gloss on that bezel though. It looks so good with the light hitting the bezel and then the crystal. This really is a good looking watch. And like I said, it's heavy. This is 186 grams. So you definitely know you have it on wrist. But I think you'll agree it does look just a bit too big. Or if you don't, that's fine too. The great thing about this hobby, we all have our different likes and dislikes. I think I can get both these on my wrist at the same time, so let's try that real quick. Hitting the camera there. Kind of seems like this one has a little more glare to it. But I don't know, maybe it's just the position of the watch to the lights here. So let me pause the video and then we'll take a look at the Loom. All right, so on the left we have the SBDC051. In the middle, the SPB149. And on the right, SKX009. I always say the best Loom is, actually this is an order left to right of best to not so good Loom. Well, these all have good Loom, so I kind of struggle to say that, but the one on the left is definitely the best. I would say that's due to the larger handset and the larger indices. Really, the Loom on all these are really good. All right, that will conclude today's video. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.